Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is 1:12 a.m. in the morning. I'm on my way home from my final shift of the week. I've worked 7 days this week, just hustling towards my goals, you know. But I wanted to share a little story with you from last night. So, this particular individual came into the venue at which I was working, plugged her laptop into charge near our reception desk, and just had her baby with her in a pram. And I mean, I'm talking this kid's small. You look at my thumbnail here, that's his head, and that's my hand. This kid, it was still in a baby capsule that was clipped into this pram. And she goes, I've just got to go look for my phone, I'll be back. And just walked out of the venue, just left me with a freaking kid. You cannot make this shit up, guys. Like, clearly single mom, clearly no evidence of a father around. I mean, there's got to be some mental illness there if she's leaving freaking children with randoms that she's never met at a, you know, at an adult venue. And I don't mean like a stripper venue, but just, you know, a licensed venue where people go to drink. And, you know, and I got to thinking, I should really call the police and child services here right now. I really should. Because if this kid's not even out of a capsule yet, and she's leaving this child with strangers now, imagine what's going to happen to this kid later. 100% he's going to get abused at some point. 100%. It's just not even a question for me. But given what we know about stepfathers and stepmothers and the rates of abuse with them, you know, what are the chances of that kid having a normal upbringing in a foster household? Probably not much better, possibly worse. And I got to say to myself, like, it just makes me so sad. Like, it's like genuinely a weight on my heart that when I see this, because this young boy, you know what I mean, is so pure, and I just see his future trajectory already. No father around, you know, a mother who's just basically a vagrant, you know, just sort of wandering from place to place, you know, leaving a kid with strangers. Why do we even? I'm like, what do we do about this? Seriously, where do we go from here, other than returning to a time where the only way to make sure that women actually looked after their kids was to shame them if they didn't? I'm not, you know, I don't think that shaming is helpful, but what's the alternative? Maybe I do think it's helpful, but it's just the programming that we've been fed over all these years. And this is something we need to become constantly conscious of. You know, I got to tell you, if I had a kid, right, and I'm out somewhere by myself, and I got to go look for my phone because I've left it somewhere, I ain't going nowhere without that kid. Like, that's just real talk. Not going one step away from my child. But yeah, here she is, just wandering off for half an hour. And the most messed up thing is a lady was asking me, like, why have you got a child here? And I explained to her the situation. She just goes, I can't believe that she would just leave her kid there. And this lady actually ended up entering into a conversation with me. I believe her, from memory, her name was Amanda. Nice lady, seemed fairly genuine. She was telling me about her previous experience when she used to work in childcare, and there was this one little girl that used to always come in and tell her that she had another fuck attack last night. I think we all know what a fuck attack is. And this went on for a significant amount of time, and she kept reporting it to the daycare center she worked at. The daycare were like, oh, you know, we can't say anything, we can't say anything. And then this girl came into school, came into preschool this one day, and she had like a brown discharge and, you know, patch from her rear end. And this lady was saying, someone's been fucking this little girl, and we got to do something. And the childcare center was like, oh, well, we can write the report, but you know, we can't say anything. Like, we'll put it in the report. But it's like the reports don't go anywhere. She said she eventually had enough, and the daycare center said, oh, but you have to go to court. And she goes, I don't give a fuck if I've got to go to court. You know, this little girl is being raped. You know, and if it had been a little boy, it would have been the same deal. And this is just what's going on in so many families. So many kids being abused, and you wonder why they grow up messed up the way they are, you know, with these abusive parents. You know, and sadly, more often than not, it's the mother, the one that we expect to be the nurturer, to be the carer, but you know, quite often it's not that way. Yet the family courts still seem to think it's that way, which is why men get shot on all the time, even though there's proof that the mother is abusive. And where there's proof that the dad's abusive and the mum's caring and decent, fair enough, no worries. You know, leave the kid with the mother. But when it's the other way around, it should be the other way around. And that's just my view. Anyway, I don't know if anything that I'm freaking saying makes a hell of a lot of sense right now. This is like a 1:20 a.m. rant. I've just been a working machine the last fortnight, and I've been catching up on a lot of my goals, you know. And I remember in one of my last few videos I mentioned how, you know, there'd been some people had been, shall we say, critical of my decision to head overseas for a week, when I'd said that I was having some trouble with finances. And if any of you saw that, you would also recall that I said, well, you know, I'm gonna go out and make the money to recoup and catch up and get ahead. And I've done that, and I got a decent, really good pay last fortnight, and I'll get an even better one this fortnight. So that will enable me to pay a lot of things that have been piling up, and you know, take steps towards my goals that I really, really want to work towards, that are very, very important to me. So for me, this is a really exciting time. You know, this is a time of hard work, this is a time of dedication, but it's also a really exciting time because the fruits of my labor are, you know, they're growing and ripening on the tree. And you know, they're about to come to, you know, the word fruits, right? About to come to fruition. So, very, very grateful for that. Who have we got here now that I've actually stopped? We've got CJ, Craig, McDowell Live, SIBO Effects, Lord Groper, Jamie, Zeta Mush. Sorry, if I miss anyone, I'm scattered. Luke Chase, one of the OGs. Good to see you, man. Federico from Paraguay. Placebo Effect says there was a pregnant homeless woman at the gas station near me. She was living in a yellow rider van and offering BJs for 20. Oh man, some disease going on there, that is for sure. And you're right, Federico, social media is poison. You know, it's basically the breeding ground of fake news and all of this crap. Women make children, men make adults. That is so incredibly true. Red Foreman says we need good dads and mums more than ever. That is absolutely 100% correct. Jules says calling the cops might give the kid a slightly better chance. You already knew the mother was terrible. It's like, yeah, well, if the police rock up and then there's a report that it's like, fuck, you know, last thing I need is to get targeted at my workplace, you know. Just messed up, guys. Just messed up. And as Aware Rabbit says, don't date single mothers. Focus on your goals, bruh. 100% agree. 100% agree. Luke says, Australia's out of toilet paper. Is it true? If you go into the shops, it's probably true. But if you order online, it's fine. It's just... And you know what's really, really fascinating and really interesting, right? I've seen people getting into punch-ons, fighting, screaming at each other in shopping centers, stabbing people. Like, there was a guy that got tasered, but I think he had, he wasn't all there, but then again, neither were any of the ladies that were fighting over toilet paper. And one lady took like a trolley full of toilet paper from the shopping center, and someone goes, like, why do you need all that TV? Like, all that toilet paper? She goes, oh, the coronavirus! The coronavirus! And I'm like, wow, so this sheep mentality that got all of these chicks signed up to feminism seems to also be getting everyone signed up to the, you know, the fear-mongering train. And at the end of the day, the media has been the one driving this fear-mongering. The media has been the one driving this insanity, saying we're gonna run out of toilet paper, and everyone goes, oh my god, we're gonna run out of toilet paper, and then everyone buys toilet paper, so it actually comes true because all of these idiots believe the media. And then of course people are trying to sell toilet paper on eBay. It's just a shit show. It's just a shit show. All Total Coaching, good friend of mine, stand up man, says hi buddy from the Philippines, good to see you, man, glad you're okay. Kit with very generous £2 donation says, you okay, man? Seem to be struggling. Yeah, look, I am okay, but I'm also struggling just with lack of sleep. I'm on the grind. Like, I am pushing it to the limits. As Chipmunk and Chris Brown once said in the song Champion, which I suggest you all listen to, says, I just keep pushing myself to the limit, making sure I stay ahead. You made me who I am from the words you said. And that really resonates with me because it's so true. And I don't know if any of you guys actually know this, but Australia has brought a new they're trying to push through new legislation while the whole coronavirus furor is going on. They managed to just slip under the radar there. Funny that. $10,000 cash bans. Well, gee, I wonder, when you keep trying to reduce interest rates to stimulate the economy because the economy is going to shit because you don't know how to manage it, bunch of leftist cucks. It's like when you don't have people that are shitty at economic management, right? The economic mismanagement is clear and obvious, at least to me. You then get a situation where the economy goes downhill. So you just keep dropping the interest rate, keep dropping the interest rate, keep dropping it. It's now down to, I think, at 0.5%. So if it keeps going down, it's going to go into negative territory. If it goes into negative territory, people are going to have to pay to have their money in the bank. If people have to pay to have their money in the bank, they'll take it out of the bank. But what if they take it out of the bank and they can't make cash transactions over 10 grand? They could be jailed for making cash transactions over $10,000. Well, then people are going to go, well, it's too much work to have my money out of the bank, right? And the government knows that, because the government doesn't want to be the one giving them a handout, because the government doesn't want to put up taxes to pay for that, because they know they'll be unpopular and they won't get votes. But let me tell you, gentlemen, anyone in Australia who's watching right now, the major three parties are completely fucked. Totally fucked. Thank you so much for that roughly £1 donation, Mr. Wright. Appreciate it, man. And also thank you very much to Adriano Ramos, who said, do unicorns exist? No, they don't. But awesome horses exist. So yeah, I mean, with the increased push for a socialist economy, with the increased intake of migration, particularly from maybe cultures that don't necessarily have as much of a work ethic, or some of them do have a work ethic, but you know, some of them don't. I don't know. Like there's so many variables that we can't really pinpoint this anywhere. But we need to actually look at these individual variables and make sure that those people are contributing to the economy, for whatever the reason they're not previously. So I'm really concerned about the Australian economy, but I'm also kind of excited because if that happens, then the mortgages that I have will cost me less. It also means I'm just going to buy up a ton of shares with the money that I'm grinding so hard for. And then when everyone gets over it and the mainstream media finds something else to harp on about and things going back on an upwards trajectory, then I'm loving life, right? So this is the thing. Find the silver lining in every cloud. Find the opportunity no matter where you look, gentlemen. Because there's always opportunity, even in the most seeming doom and gloom situations. Even if it's just for a learning experience and knowledge for you. And CJ says, thank God for Trump. Imagine the shit would be in if it wasn't for him. What about Pocahontas pulling out of the race? It's only men left going for the presidential. Gee, who would have thought that it's only men that could stand the pressures of going through such a process? Yeah, what a surprise, really, right? What have we got? Diversity and feminism kills Western society. That's right, Harry. Fuck. Michael Guevara says, my mother ditched my dad and left the hospital immediately after I was born. Yeah, well, why am I not surprised? Sorry to hear that, Michael, by the way. Anyway, gentlemen, I'm fucked. Like, I need to go and sleep. I've got a 10-hour shift tomorrow. Well, actually, today, it's already 1:30 in the morning. I've got a 10-hour shift starting at 11 until 9 p.m. And then I am delivering a 2-hour seminar to a small business on Tuesday, getting my hustle on. I'm preparing that something on customer loyalty, conflict management, and effective communication with your clients and your colleagues. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. It's the first time I've done one of these, and it's a relatively decent amount of money, or at least I consider it to be for my first time. Definitely pays my wages for a 12-hour day, but just in 2 hours. Obviously it's the prep time, but you know, once I've got this framework together, I can just replicate that. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate you all. I'm going to get some sleep. Yes, I will. Successful endeavors. I'm going to get some sleep. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for everyone for the donations, and Kit for his second £2 donation. Man, I appreciate that. He says the Australian economy wide open to China. We need to wake up. Well, see, here's the interesting bit, Kit. From what I can see with the coronavirus scare, we're now realizing how much we fucked ourselves by relying too heavily on China. So it's very, very interesting times right now. I'm looking forward to seeing the lessons and the opportunities that come out of this. Anyway, brothers, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'll be making more videos soon. I've got some really crazy topics coming up, but I just need to obviously have the time and the energy and the lighting preferably, because as you can see, it's pitch black outside, to be able to deliver some quality content to you. So I apologize, this is terrible lighting. I apologize that this is possibly not completely cohesive because I'm tired, but you know, I will be back soon. And I have been thinking about you guys. I have been thinking about the paths that I take in the future to help all of you and to do what it is that I want to do to get everything on the straight and narrow for men collectively. I'm taking the steps. I'm taking the steps. And I am talking to the people that I need to talk to. So just bear with me. I'm working on it for you guys. Rome wasn't built in a day. Anyway, men, I'm out of here. I appreciate you all. If you do want to donate, and again, thank you to everyone who donated in this stream. If you do want to donate, details are in the description below. If you want to support this channel and you like Chrome browser, but you don't like the fact that it invades your privacy, check out Brave browser. The link is in the description below also. And I want to go fucking slam my head down on the pillow, metaphorically speaking. See you guys. Peace.